What are 10 things that you feel would be important to you when you're 80 years old? So my 10, I've written them down, so. My 10, I've written them down, so I don't forget them. And I've had 3 or 4 versions of these, and I do keep changing it. But I'll give you a few of them. One of them, as a high priority, is being able to hike for 5 kilometers when I'm 80 years old. And even if that takes a few hours, that's fine. It's the ability to be able to do it on a hilly or an uneven terrain. So rocks and stuff like that. That's one priority. How would I train for that is a different story we can talk about in another video. Be able to walk up stairs. I have more of a quantitative number here where I'd like to be able to go up 5 flights of stairs in under 3 minutes. All right, so that is a number that obviously now I can do that without a problem. But as you're getting older, and I see that with my parents, that walking up those stairs is a challenge. Farmer's carry, so that's holding weights to my side. I want to be able to do that with my body weight for a minimum of a minute. And that translates into so many other things about obviously the groceries, being able to carry your suitcases, being able to carry grandchildren. All of these things are part of that movement. I'd like to still be able to do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I mean, I think it'll look very interesting when I'm 80 years old to be able to do that, but just to have that option of the flexibility and the ability to do that without increasing the risk on myself would be a fantastic thing. I would still like to be able to do at least one muscle up, whether it's a bar muscle up or ring muscle when I'm 80 years old. And you've seen the videos of people doing this, and it is possible as long as you train for that. And that I've included within that being able to do handstands and handstand walks as well. The other thing is being able to travel on my own. So without needing assistance or without needing somebody around me to carry my bags or help me or assist me and so on. So that requires being able to walk longer distances, being able to carry heavier objects, so suitcases and other things. And obviously being able to have the endurance to sit there for hours on a plane, for example, and not risk myself being injured by sitting so long. Also cognitively, so my ability to think and be able to kind of understand what's going on is critical. I'm not saying they're preventable, but there are ways that you can kind of decrease the effects of them or delay them as well. Be able to carry a heavy object from the floor onto my shoulders overhead. And that could be a 20-30 kilo object, and being able to do that properly without hurting yourself. And that would translate into obviously being able to carry heavier things, gas cylinder for example, or as well your grandchildren as well. That would be a critical thing that you're able to play with them. I would also like to be able to do or be able to get onto the floor and off the floor without using my hands. So being able to sit all the way down and sit all the way up on the floor without needing assistance to do that. So those are my elements or my activities, physical activities that I would like to be able to maintain for the rest of my life. And my training reflects that quite aggressively when I look at what I'm trying to do now in terms of the longevity of it, living a better quality life. I feel my training kind of mirrors those movements very well. So, like I said, write them down for you, keep them. They might change over time. Make it a point to notice the older generation. If your parents are still around, if uncles, aunts, friends, whatever they are, look at certain movements or things that you feel they should be able to do but are unable to do it at this point. And you take it for granted when these small things start to kind of deteriorate over time, that you're unable to do them, and walking upstairs is one of them. And a lot of older adults are unable to do that. Sitting on their own or standing as well, having the balance, and they need the assistance on that. It's a very simple solution to these things if you put in the time and effort to train to be able to do that when you're older. Great talking to you. Put in the comments what your 10 activities are, and I'll see you on the next video. Enjoy.